Hello, hello, howdies and salutations, y'all. I realized I updated all but the most important stream info, which is the category. Let me fix that. Boom. Okay, there we go. Passpartout once again. Thank y'all for dropping by and for your patience with the weird stream schedule of late. Well, like I mentioned before with the break, I was at a convention this weekend, which means that my brain is currently off because I have no sleep. That said, this is the perfect game for that kind of thing, so I figured let's lean into it. Let's do something fun and relaxing, hopefully. And then I've got another convention this upcoming weekend, so it's kind of a rough time to start any projects. Tomorrow, if we've got energy, we'll look at Mikola, or some of the art fight prep, one of the two. Otherwise, we may do more of this. We may go back to My Sims Mania. We'll see. We will see what happens. I guess going back to My Sims is kind of also going back to Mikola, isn't it? Well, in any case, let's try to pick up where we left off. I believe we had gained an apartment of sorts. Studio apartment, in that it is our studio. Is this picking up where we left off, or has it lost our progress? Honest to goodness, still can't really tell how the save mechanism in this game works. Oh no, look! I skipped Kunst. There is art behind us. How do I control this again? Oh, right. Sure, I guess that was the name. Want something fresh, eh? Oh, right, no keyboard. Okay. Oh, joy of joys. What shall we create on this fine eve? Too radical for you, mate. You don't like those highly polarizing political colors of orange. Interesting lack of complexity. Yeah, well. If you mean that genuinely, I'll take that as the compliment it is. I thought it was a lovely bit of minimalism, albeit symbolically very little depth. So we'll go to vertical. Perhaps something less horrendously ominous than that one. Holy moly, do not like. Let's see. Actually, why not do a little bit of fan art of something that I picked up at the convention? Terrible fan art, I assure you. There shall be no quality here. Oh, just straight up bad. Bit blunt, mate. Come on, George. Okay, let's see what we can offer. And Giorgio. That's fair, honestly. That one's creeping me out, too. Don't like it. Oh, no, I wanted to haggle. We can fare better. Whoa. No. But it's nice to know that the minimalism appeals to that fellow, anyway. Okay, let's see. Anywho, I picked up, baffling incompetence. Well, thanks. Right back at you, mate. Oof. Harsh. Oh, well, now don't hold back. I mean, honestly. Oh, you just don't like purple? Yeah, well, that's a you problem. Purple's a lovely color. Anyway, rather than getting belligerent about this sort of silliness, why don't I lean into this actual illustration a bit? Because I picked up, what's it called? Bills Inbound? Cool. Apparently bills. I don't know what my current balance is. We'll just live with whatever happens. Oi! Oh, well. Let's see. Well, I picked a little bit of manga, one that I've enjoyed the anime for, so I hope the manga's good too. I'm about to do a very bad adaptation of it. We don't really have layers. We're doing fine on Muns. The Muns be flowing. I appreciate Mary. She veils her criticism in, like, vaguely artistic terms, rather than outright hostility. Anyway, let's just do this, and then perhaps we'll do some more, Yugi monstrosities. We'll see. But what I have been doing, or what I have been watching, is, Sleepy Princess. I think I've mentioned it at some point before, probably. Dang, she has purple eyes? Cool. So let me see what I can do. I'm still curious what causes them to accuse you of being, specifically, like, unoriginal as opposed to just not liking the art. It's intriguing. Anyway, the one I've mentioned Sleepy Princess before, and so I'm just like actually looking at the manga now as something of a reference. A very loose reference, of course. I like how they do the hair in this one. Not going to be able to capture it particularly well, but you know, because it's got lots of fine lines, but also good chunks. Anyway, I enjoy Sleepy Princess because it's, I don't know, a lighthearted comedy that for the most part isn't crass, and like, I like jokey shows, but I don't like crass humor, and that puts it into, it's challenging sometimes to find. Well, thank you, Dawn. Come on, it's worth a little more to increase your social standing. Ah, honestly, that's fine. Oh. One more. Very well. I've unlocked a new tool, huh? I thought I already unlocked that. Orangeg. Yeah, it's probably good to clear the wall, actually. Anyway. Sleepy Princess by Kagichi Kumanomata. I'm sure I pronounced that somewhat off, but hopefully decent-ish. I can hope, anyway. Copycat. It's original, it's just bad. If you're gonna insult it, be correct. It's interesting how aggressively we value originality. I mean, especially in like scientific fields where repetition to validate is actually essential. But even in creative things, something executed that's not entirely original but is executed very well can be quite good. Now, I'm not talking about like plagiarism, but I'm talking about like, you know, some of the most popular and the highest quality stuff out there isn't original in concept, it's just skillful in execution on a known trope. I'd argue even like stinking, what is it? My Hero Academia is a really popular one. I'd argue that it doesn't do a lot of new stuff shonen-wise. I haven't kept up with it recently, to be fair. It's just that the stuff it does well. Or at least in a way that a lot of people like. I have to fill in at least some of the hair up here. We'll probably leave some of the lower stuff blank, but... There we go. Or it gives it a little structure. Perhaps a hint of shading. Okay. While I doodle this from reference, I'll be open. I don't know, I'm just having fun with it at this point. It's a good warm-up one. Kind of fun to... I'm bad about not doing enough art from reference, like, directly. Like, as practice, I mean. I'm not talking about the whole, like... Yeah, this isn't part of my derivative conversation. and stuff being unoriginal. This is just like, it's good practice to use references so you can actually learn how to draw things rather than guess repeatedly how to draw things, often wrongly. You know? Let's see, we've got this. It's a cute outfit, really. I wonder if getting above 10k starts to trigger something. Because we got a couple messages that business folks were starting to pay attention now. Well, obviously, for the record, this isn't a real-life reference. It is still a skilled artist reference. And I don't know, it's a manga I enjoy, so, you know. Why not use it as a reference? A learning experience. Granted, again, I'll admit, not executing it super well. We are rusty and sleepy. And those are my excuses. But also, it's just, we're not executing it super well right now. We'll get there. Also, probably could have planned out my layer order a little better. Ah well. Reese's big, drapey, swoopy line. Let's see. I'll also openly admit, I am kind of intentionally biding my time because I saw there's an achievement for taking a while on one of these. And I kind of want to aim for it. We'll see. Untenable, I agree, it's awful. But no matter. Ooh, Cookie Planet. Heck yes. I am very much interested in this development and scientific discovery. Please do tell us more. Doesn't seem original. Come on, tell me where you've seen something that unlikable before. That is a uniquely bad piece. I go for simplified hand shapes, methinks. Thanks, Dawn. Really appreciate that. Your insights are valuable to us. But yeah, as far as Sleepy Princess goes, it's definitely one that leans on all of the RPG anime tropes, but it does it in a fun way, so I enjoy it. What else going on? I love the artist's motions in the background. They're so funny. Copy of what, mate? What's it a copy of? Please genuinely tell me. I can't tell. I don't know what they think it is. Okay, I've got that. And add some pink and maybe not completely lose our structure in the process, hopefully. Bills inbound. Fine by me. Interesting that that is labeled economy on the update, as though there's other economic updates that might be relevant. I'll have to consider this further, as my bank account very slowly but surely drains. Because I could have put, you know, shadow on the polka dots as well, and that would have made some amount of sense. I wonder how often the bills actually happen in this game. Because it actually feels, at least at this stage, somewhat forgiving. And I've had time to create some expensive art pieces, which I assume is rather the point, really. Well, you have time to be able to make something fun and interesting. If it was all about just bashing out garbage, I mean, that would probably get you success faster. But, not really quite as fun of a game, now is it? At the point, you may as well just be doing an actual, like, terrible art job, because you're clearly not doing it for the joy, you're just bashing out garbage. In real life, of course, bashing out garbage to make money, I'm not gonna criticize. People gotta eat, you know? But, you're literally playing a game. It seems like it's kind of a silly thing to go about doing. Okay, so we've got a little bit of Princess Cialis. Let me check how to spell this. I'm probably not going to come up super well. Actually, it might say it on the first page. Yes. Sleepiest of princesses. And definitely not the most dangerous, stinking thing in the entire Demon Castle. Not at all. There you go, we got our rough shading, that's fine. Now we can use the calligraphy tool, perhaps. Oh right, it's not actually calligraphy. It is just really aggressive line smoothing. Cialis. But, you know, we can give it at least 2 more minutes to think on it. You know, really just sort of let it simmer. Let the paint dry, you know? Especially because I've kind of made this shoulder, the hair over this shoulder slightly too big. So, you know, we'll see. I didn't actually continue the dress quite as far out as I should have. See, aren't we glad we let this simmer? It allowed us to catch things we could improve. Thanks, Dawn. Always so happy when you come by. Shading seems a little harsh on the polka dots when that gray is the lightest that I can do. I'm not sure what they think it's a copy of. Definitely not good enough to be a copy of anything. Not to say it. I'm not saying like I'm incapable of art or anything. I just think that particular one didn't turn out super great. Let's. give it one more minute just to see if I pop that achievement or not. And then we'll go ahead and post this one for the world to see, and we'll draw some other nonsense. I'm sure they'd love a line contour drawing. That seems right up their alley. Actually, screenshot. Okay. Ah, well, that's it. Well, I've mentioned it. Okay, well then. There's Cialis. What else should we illustrate? Ooh. Ah. I can see why Elizabeth would like it. I fear I'm going to have to decline for now. Oh, I got an achievement for that. Oh, I'm gonna regret that. That would have been a lot of money in the bank. I just realized there's a dog on that building in the background. Yes, yes, you won't invest in ominous shadow thing. Well then, enjoy gray for my next creation. Lean, what does this mean? Okay, let's warm in this thing. Okay. Oof. I've bit myself down too far. Yep, where we left off. On this very bad contour drawing because I've sort of lost my train of thought. Funny Frederic makes comeback, gets booed off stage. Elizabeth, are you sneaking back in here? Yes. Yes, we'll accept this. Silas going to a fitting home, most likely. The highborn ladies completely adore Passpartout. I guess, do we have to win over each group? Is that, like, the actual strategy of this game? Am I just now figuring this out? Why am I sticking trying to do a contour drawing of nutrition facts on a bottle? What am I doing? I'm doing a very bad rushed one at that. Anyway. This is dreadful. Of emotions, I don't know, something pretentious. There we go. That'll do. Let's try something a little less garbo now. Yeah. Yeah, that was not so good. Oh. Let's see, what about a different sort of fan art, perhaps? That seemed to be most popular. To appeal to the fans. See what we can pull off. some of these lines clean. Are people's names randomized, or are these characters just named this? Oops, let's try. Ah, right, there's no undo. I keep trying to control Z. All or nothing. Let's get a little bit of Undertale fan art going in here. What do y'all say? Actually, that really ought to be the gray, oughtn't it? We're set on the bills for a little while, which is nice. Okay, and then what else shall we add on this fan favorite character that I'm sure anyone who's played the relevant game can identify immediately? Fear not, we shall add depth of color elsewhere later as well. Let's see. How do thumb go when up? Thumb back. Yes. Okay. I assume anyone in chat would be able to guess this. You're certainly welcome to try, but no requirements. At least anyone who's, again, played the game that this character is from. That's not quite working, is it? This shall be difficult. Oh, we can probably put like a paint flow thing going on behind it. Could help. That didn't really work, but you know, I'm just gonna leave it. Oh, no, I ought to leave that as really. Color in the gray-ish on the front, most part. Perhaps even a little bit brighter. Yes, I realize you're not a fan of it, but I am, I'll admit, surprised that you keep walking in to tell me that. Section. I like it, but not necessarily going to work in its current format, and it's easier to just shade it like this. Even though that shading's definitely not right. Okay. Do some shading in the front on this one. Taking a little inspiration from the poster by GGDG, which I actually followed as a comic separately before I realized that GG had anything to do with Toby Fox. So, it's kind of fun to see those two worlds collide when I finally learned. Let's see. Not gonna be able to get quite the line density that you'd get in the original, but we can get something going in here. 3x4 instead of 4x5. Well. You know, it's interesting. For all of the, I don't know, Metaton moments and big personality, in box form, this character, like, really never did a face pattern with the lights, which usually when you've got something like this, they always do a stinking face pattern. I kind of like that they didn't. The Metaton is just box. Metaton is own thing. Yes. It's still unclear to me what they're accusing me of copycatting. Because they get mad about that, but then as soon as I draw fan art, they're like, ah yes, completely original, must have. Big old lumpy glove. You know what? Metaton needs some fun head apparel. What can we give him? The top hat of sorts. With a Metaton yellow buckle. Oops, that's not right. Oh, interesting to know it's an option. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and put Metaton up on the wall. Metatapatum. And perchance we can work slightly faster than that next time. Still unsure what is meant by that. Clean paintings, Giorgio? What is meant by this? Do they mean that I need to use the new tool? In order to get smooth lines. Voice actor generally positive reviews. Shocking. Ah, fastidious. I appreciate that. Yes, thank you. Happy to sell to you. A recurring customer. Ooh. Almost lost that illustration entirely. I forgot to screenshot it. Would have been embarrassing. Let's see. What other things? I shall have to pull up some reference. Perhaps find something intriguing to look at. Has the music just stopped? Like, is it just gone? Oh dear. Ah, perhaps someone who appreciates clean lines will appreciate modern, minimalistic. Yes. Yes, this is the way. Will never suspect a thing. This genius work of art. All of its clean lines, yet it is the most dubious of all. getting a little bit of shadow. Chance. Just a little bit on this too. Perchance too much, alas. I'll have to resolve these errors. The Amogus. Oh, there's a third fancy lady. Can I no longer go to things? Oh, the critic! Oh dear, I have really poor showings available for her. Elizabeth, you are correct. That one is quite poor. Bottle of emotions. That's rubbish. Oh no. Alabaster. The one I rushed. Yes, of course. Okay, Marie. Guess we shall accept this offer. Does this mean I'll have but a single person which I must please? Royal decree. What era of France are we in? For a second I thought that was an explosion, but I do believe it is in fact the sunrise. Oh dear. I must say, this game takes the strangest turns. It makes sounds. Oh, this is actually slightly more cramped than my previous apartment. Well, at least we have some funds to work with. Oh, I can knock on the door properly. How did I not notice this before? I guess we fixed the audio since the last time I played. No sound because I can't actually tap on it. Oops. Yes. Oh, but a single mantelpiece. Oh. Really an ominous proposition. Let's start with a more beige canvas, as I am wont to do with my primary works. This looks like a showcase that would favor a vertical situation. Tragically, I don't recall what she looks like, or else we could do a portrait to completely pander to our one singular audience member. But, in lieu of such options, I shall look up the perfect reference. Something that shall inspire the hearts of the medieval elite. Something elegant, something tasteful, something... I'm just drawing Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh dear. Let's see. Okay, Google Images, what have you got for me? This'll do with his ominously sized arms. Okay, Sonk. Got yourself a head now, yes? We'll get the overall arc of this, and then I'll have to etch it back out. That's fine. Perhaps a smaller brush would be friendlier fare in this age. We'll need to take our sort of eggshelly beige and carve out the true forms. The true art that lies within. The beauty that is the blue blur. Something so elegant. Ah yes, even in castle life, the bills do abound. And are inbound evermore. But it shall be worth it for this masterpiece. I wonder if our patrons shall be pleased with anything we create. Oh, bills are rather expensive, yes. not much of a patron then. They are not actually doing the patronage part. Although I guess they provided us with this residential location, expensive though it may be. I suppose I cannot gripe. I literally cannot gripe. I will be executed. Please help me. And if her name is Marie, and we're in France, and she's royalty, I am slightly worried about our situation. Though we do have a cash register. And, like, warehouses. So, perhaps we shall be fine. I've got to make sure the brow ridge actually still kind of works. I always forget how utterly ridiculous his nose is. We shall have to go with a different beige due to the background. Let's see. Looking like a DuckTales character. Let's see if we can't sort this out slightly. Sonic the Duck. Let's maybe not. Its elegance shall transcend time. Many works shall attempt to mimic it, but none shall ever achieve the level of skill and the level of just pure quality that can be achieved with Sonic the Hedgehog. He is a symbol of elegance for all to look upon. And, everyone is surprised, yes, of course. Sea levels are rising. See, we can't be in Marie Antoinette's age, right? Marie Antoinette. See, things are fine. We've already got the Industrial Revolution and global warming. We're going to be A-okay until we're very much not. But it shall be for different reasons, perhaps. Let's see. Sonic looks slightly like he is suffering. Don't worry, by the time we're done, it will be more than slightly. That line there is... I don't like that one. I don't like that one in this reference I'm drawing off of. Ooh. This official art reference. Okay. Back to larger forms. Sorry, we've gotten slightly carried away, haven't we? Though his overall shape is still rather narrow compared to his head. We'll get that back in a second. Kind of got the shoulder thing and then just very, very lanky limbs. Yeah, I totally see how Sonic happened. Like, that's very achievable accidental bad art of Sonic. Or what? Perhaps it was intentional. It's difficult to know in this day and age. Or the last. It feels like Sonic was of a previous era at this point. But a lot of these Sonic-y looky things, I'm like, yeah, I get it. I get how this happened. Perhaps not. There's like multiple Sonics, or at least multiple famous, badly drawn Sonic the Hedgehogs, which I don't know, probably says a lot about internet subcultures or something. But the point is, there's many ways for this to go wrong, but there's some that are, I don't know, familiar, and like the weird torso shape does not help things. Let's see, I don't know which shoes these are. Are these the famous ones that were like the brand advertisement because you'd like grind on rails with them? And it has survived as a game feature much longer than the shoe brand ever did? Okay, he's got like a golden-y thingamadoohickey on this end. I'm not sure I've ever actually drawn Sonic, truth be told. I like the way they kind of shade the wrinkles on this, though. That's interesting. Okay. Bill's inbound. Hopefully our savings will carry us through as we create our artistic triumph. That thing never elsewhere seen. Never before, and never again, something like this. Yes, yes, our savings shall do us nicely. Presumably it's a savings threshold in the game's actual mechanics to ensure that you can get through the next part without having just, like, you advance with $12 in the bank. That would be problematic, yes? Now we shall go slightly lower key on the shadows than my reference has. But that does not mean we cannot lean into them a little bit. Feels like it should really be a highlight color rather than a shadow. Perhaps an error has been made. Oh, and yes, of course, he has a tail. Forget this as well. Often I wish I did. Guess that's kind of more like a rouge shape. There we go. And now for the problem. This is big ol' wonky arms. Are wonky and big. But honestly, it's never a bad time for hand practice. Specifically, kinda bad hands. That's acceptable. Alright, so here we go. Hand numero uno. Hand cuff also exists. Obscures much of body. Secondary hand cuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it in there. We'll have to align with it later. Tertiary hand cuff. And then the arms. Oh, the dreaded arms. First off, there is this one. Marking as so. And the other, marking like such. Visible, and yet mangled. Oh yeah, that did actually happen. Not the worst candidate that year. Be rather less prominent on some of these. There we go. Got that trick from Rubber Ross, Gartic Phone VODs. You can make a sharp line not sharp by using a round eraser. Or a round other color on the same tool. Shadow on the arms. Well, not shadow, Sonic, but I think we know roughly what I mean here. Yes, this much too small head and grimace are perfect. They're exactly what we need. Would not, however, be a completed work without the ring. The ultimate ring. Shall bind this whole work of art together, and definitely nothing else ominous. Why have I chosen to do it that way? I am unsure myself. Alas, the wrong color, yet more confusion creates. This shall have to do. Ordinary. Yes. Catherine. You're not the one who signed my letter, but I am glad that you appreciated this work for what it is. A thing of beauty. A work, a triumph of the well, hold on. Human spirit across all nations. What is happening? Hey, I didn't invite any political parody into my... Get out of here, Napstablook. Shoo. Guess we gotta draw Napstablook now. I always found Napstablook to be actually like one of the hardest Undertale characters to draw, because his like shape is very it's not a distinctive shape, but it's very obvious when it's off, you know? When something isn't right about it. And I've also forgotten what his face looks like, which is slightly awkward. Come on, Napstablook. Doopa-doopa-doo, Napsty boy. How ya eyes? Oh, that how ya eyes. Oh cool, people just walk into my house now. This is not at all awkward. Ah, yes. That last sale should keep us for, what, roughly 10 bills? We're actually doing quite well. There's a lot of fan art of this little tiny sad ghost. He's a fun ghost, though. I like him. I think most people like him. And on theme, what with the top hats. Well, we can arc that slightly better, yes? Yes. Okie dokie then, let's keep on going with this. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, and who is this? A new guest. My friend, are you a fan of Napster? I realize that's a thing different from Napstablook, but nevertheless. Napsty boy. I only have the one place to hang photos. That does make things rather interesting. Have we done a Snom yet? I think we probably did, but I'm gonna do another one because they're stinking cute. Ah, the prisoners made brownies again. Good for them. Always a fun time. Marie would prefer complex richness. Ah, well then perhaps you shall not like this next work as well. But post it, I assure you, you shall be finding the greatest of things. My art. Maybe. Let's see. Come on, Snummy boy. There we go. These are all a little steep for a Snom, but that's okay. Oh, that's a little rough, and it... Okay. I'm not a fan of the pinks and purples, I see. This is good to know. We'll get a few random dots, and then we'll clean up and do some other things. Grand motions. Always remember to actually catch the edges, lest things look sus. No. Not this though. If they are displeased. Oh, no, hold on. We shall get one more opinion on the Napsty boy. Napsty boy, what say you? What word do you have for us? Oh, Napsty boy. Would you be intrigued by the Napster? Ah, yes. Marie, I apologize. I shall take it down post-haste. Oh, cool, that just works. Goodbye, Napsty boy. Hello, Snom Nom Nom. Oh, now I wish I'd given it a cookie. The radio tower in the distance. Hold on. Back here. Perhaps no. That is obviously the Eiffel Tower. A ghost. Oh. You don't have tons of money, but I'm okay selling this, I suppose, to what I hope is a good home. Unlocked a hat. I don't think I'm going to go for it. Thank you, though. Apologize for having no art to offer to you. Would you mind posing for a portrait for the moment? Yes, thank you. Oh, no. Oh, you've left already. Oh, you're back. I like your Santa Claus outfit. Oh, and that's offended you. Okay, apologies. We shall start again. Ooh, perhaps... well, no, I do not take her for the sort that would enjoy Art Deco. Despite the fact that I very much am the sort who does. Now, what could we add to this to bring joy? What sparks joy? Perhaps an umbrella on a rainy eve. This gray is never the most suitable background one. Perhaps if we kind of get some foggy... how's this brush? It's one of the particularly terrible airspray brushes. This is fine, we shall make do. Eaves of the city block stretch out before you. No. Better. Intense perspective is required for a piece like this. Need a low horizon line. Perhaps a high horizon line. No. Well, I have chosen poorly. But perhaps more items shall give context. That is all we truly need. Still never got an answer on what the wealthy man on the previous stage actually wanted. This is truly dreadful. I'm starting this from scratch again. I've done terrible things to the canvas. And we can do better or worse. I think I do this. Yes. Like this. This. Slightly smaller brush to boot. dark skyline, ominous in the night. Oh, well, hello. I feel like you must be a reference to something else as well. You're an ominous one, mate. I'll be honest. I like this kind of muted blue. It works as a shadow on, or as a slight highlight on many things where others would be much too bright. Bills are inbound, yes. My money is outbound. Yet our skills abound, as our popularity rebounds. Perhaps it was never there. Greetings. Not put much in the way of perspective on this dreadful little umbrella. That shall have to do. Get a little bit of foreshortening on the handle. I've gone and done a right terrible job on both of those. Impressive, really. I guess you can sell to the ghosts for cheaper prices, but you might get a hat. I've heard worse deals. Hopefully there are no penalties to having a ghost here, because they've been, thus far, decent customers. Let us continue. Ba-doop, ba-doop, boop, 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 boop. Ugh, look at this dreadful commentary on the direction our country is going. Such ominous art, such a powerful message. Definitely a coherent one. Well, it's certainly got an atmosphere of some sort to it. Oh, so low on the wall. What is your opinion? Ah, not so fond of it, I see, Elizabeth. Well, we shall let the others have their say. But this is not a strong start. I am frustration abstracting yet again. There is a complex richness in the deeper mood of such a subtle, bizarre, nonsensical piece. C3. take that as not a compliment. Suppose there are challenges to only being able to display one piece at a time, or perhaps we... No, we can't, because it was already giving us the issues with the snom. Ah, my real life eye has but a thing in it. That thing is tiredness, but also probably dust. Aye. Thank you, Benjamin. Are there any art pieces of mine you will purchase, or are you just coming here to establish your hipster credentials? I'm fine with others, so long as just, like, I know. I don't want to waste time attempting to pitch art to you. If you, have no intention to actually participate in the artistic purchasing process, yes? Ever. The bills are bound. They are inbound. Yet, I am confident that my art popularity shall rebound. Thank you, Elizabeth. Very kind of you to refer to me as this artist. We've spoken many times before. We shall allow the house tours to continue until the clientele are satisfied. So, all of eternity, I suppose, until I go broke. Then we shall create another masterpiece the likes of Sonic the Hedgehog. Not, of course, Sonic the Hedgehog, for he is now blasé. Much like my art, according to Benjamin. That's right, I'll say your name, Benjamin. How do you like that? You been yamming lately? See, this is why I don't actually, like, I try not to get angry at folks. I'm quite terrible at comebacks. Just truly dreadful. Why did I think that I would be able to use this color here? Oh, that actually still sort of works. I won't deny this is intriguing to me, in a way. You know, this one shall be interesting. Have an ambition to show depth. Make it appear as though it is truly wider at the bottom. No, not the pastry rates. Whatever shall we do without them? Say this just genuinely as myself. Without the pastries we are doomed. Okay, I suppose my metropolis shall not be appreciated. Perhaps this wonderful puzzle through the sky will be. Wait, hold on. Benjamin, do you have any more commentary for me? Ah, lovely. I'm going to I shall now politely but firmly request that you leave the premises. Of course, saved. You should just take a moment to appreciate this work. Minimalism. But there is such depth of character in my very basic geometric shapes. Yeah, I honestly do like minimalism when it's used well, but I am also just being silly and kind of doing doodles. But I like the doodles. I feel like this game is lovely practice for dealing with actual people on the internet, because it's not as mean as, like, proper fans. Not that I've encountered on Twitch, of course, y'all have all been lovely. But you see the responses that show up on larger artist pages. This game is like training wheels of sorts for dealing with that. Lacks detail, but what detail do you want from me? It has good form. Just perhaps poor line work. And also poor form. Well, the fan art has been selling well. Perhaps that is where I should be diverting my energy. Thank you, Mary. Let us pause for a few moments. Take a break to use the restroom, reset our minds, reset our concepts, and then we shall return to the realm of fan art. A realm most treacherous indeed. I hope to see you all in just a couple. Don't forget to drink water and use the restroom. Thank y'all for waiting. Howdies and salutations once again. And why don't we not lean into this terrible accent and actually lean into a different one? Because, I reckon I'm probably got more of a southern thing going on, proper like. Thank y'all for dropping by, though. It's been right fun. We're going to be continuing this a little more. I'll probably lean into other real stupid accents for the rest of the day, as is my wont when I'm brain dead tired. If you missed the first part, we appreciate you dropping in. We've been playing a little Passpartout. Just to mix it up a bit, because, Well, you see, I went to a convention this weekend, and I'll admit my brain, body, and pretty much everything else is dead tired. So, did not think attempting proper actual real life art would be good, but I still want to do something creative, and this game is just the perfect for this. Now, it's proper nice. I reckon it's one of the best, probably the best stream gift I gotten. Real kind of my friend to do that. Been a lifesaver on nights like this, where frankly I just ain't got the energy to do anything proper good. Anything proper full, proper thought. Our Mikola illustration will come back at some point this month, I reckon. But, we'll make time for it, I promise. Just as one more heads up before we go too far further, we do have, well, I do have another convention this upcoming weekend, so we'll miss the Sunday stream again. But, other than that, stream schedule should be back to normal. Just the heads up there. If you want to, get notified whenever the schedule's back on pace or anything like that, we've got, of course, the website in the description. We've got Discord if you want to get the pings there. We've got a Mastodon account that I really need to update, Pinterest with all our references and all that jazz. We got the whole 9 yards. Sorry, I just, I gotta give the pitch. It's just kind of part of the whole deal. You can't go on Twitch without having a pitch. But that's enough of that. We've had too much silence with me in doing this frankly dreadful southern accent despite actually proper being southern. I mean, this is ridiculous. You'd think someone from the US South could do an accent like this, but like, this is dreadful. I reckon this is some of the worst I've done. I ain't satisfied. And I do say reckon and ain't, like, unironically when I'm just talking, like, even at school and stuff, I gotta catch myself. The thing. It's not the dumbest slang word I use. I don't swear because we're a family-friendly channel and I try to be a family-friendly person. But the fun thing about not swearing is you get to make up your own random nonsense whenever something goes wrong. You just gotta be careful about not saying those back in the real world or you sound right crazy. It's fun to make slang words. Although, again, like, seriously, you ever been a dude in college and you exclaim unironically, "Oh, good heavens," because you got startled and you'd been watching a little too much British comedy TV shows? Trust me, the entire stinking science lab stops and stares at you. No, it wasn't even good heavens. Oh, it was worse. It was Evans to Betsy. My word, that was actually totally worth it. It was really funny, but it was also still awkward. So yeah, make up your own swear words. Just be careful where you use them. That's not even mine. That one's not original. Any case, we've muttered too long, and as I mentioned, I'm brain dead mode. So rather than muttering any longer, why don't we have a little bit of fun here and do some more fan art before I fall asleep on camera, off camera, but here. We'll try not to pass out, yeah. Where we left off in Passpartout, I reckon we probably ought to slip back into a slightly more reasonable accent for the game. Although I still got that southern twang, because despite being a D&D dungeon master, I do not shift between accents real well. So we're gonna go to this more quieter, soothing thing, but it's still kind of got a southern thing to it. Like it could be like a waitress at a Denny's in the 60s. Or maybe a diner, I guess Denny's is a diner. But not like a nice family-owned random diner that's like built up after, like, post-Great Depression. Got that sort of streamlined deco thing going on and the black and white tiles. Anyway, why don't we get back to the actual art, yes? So, you know what's popular these days? Anya Forger and the wonderful Spy Family franchise. Now, we don't have necessarily the colors we need to do justice to Anya, but we're gonna have a go. I've got another reference image here that I'm not gonna mimic one-to-one, but I'm just using it to, refresh my memory and all that. From the convention, there was a nice artist, Toaster Kiwi. I'm gonna call out as I'm not doing a one-to-one from the art, but I kind of forgot what Anya looked like, so I'm using that as a character reference. Let's get ourselves like a little bit of face going in here. Got too much face. I reckon that's a little too much face. Let's get a little less than that, mayhaps. Wait a second, I've got the Spy Family manga. Why am I not just using that? I mean, honestly, good for you, Benjamin. Good for you. Knock yourself out with that. Honestly, I respect it. I respect the grind. That's that's too far. Where's Anya? Anya. Fun character. Very cute. BB. Anya. Where is you? Where is you? There is no mama. Oh, Anya's... I gotta admit, Spy Family's just quite fun. I need to catch up on that show. I've been watching it with my brother, and we've sort of fallen out of sync with it. Ah, yes. Yes, this'll do nicely, I think. There, has my cursor gone? Oh, there. Wonderful. Choop. There we go. We shall just go off of this page from the manga. It is page number, they don't have numbers. I don't think that's quite how 3D printing works. Yeah, it's an industry disruptor, but you still sometimes just need stuff on paper, yeah? Ugh. 3D printing is quite fun, and I do hope that it continues to revolutionize things. It feels like the momentum behind it has slowed down a little bit ever since other, more exciting tech has come onto the scene. I really ought to color block in form, so I'm going to focus just on the silhouette for now, and then we'll get the inner lines a little later. And this really is, again, this is mimicking directly from the manga. I'm not just taking inspiration from it. This is literally just on a page. Granted, not a page in color. But, you know, I need to do some stuff that's just like a little bit of practice from reference. And I really do like how they draw the hair in this. I've never, you know, I know it's been a long time since we've done a style study on stream, so most people don't even remember them. But I used to do style studies once in a blue moon, where we actually just look at an artist's style, we try to recreate some of their stuff, and think about what their actual technique is and why it works. Great fun. I quite like them. And it's good, it's genuinely good art practice. Learn from people, get tips and concepts and ideas. It's excellent. I don't think I have the right color of eyes for Anya, so we should start with the... Actually, we shall start with, of course, this, the baseline. It's a little more curved. Like, excited and up for that. Yes, yes. Probably a little more over, but oh well. This is looking slightly ridiculous at the moment, yes? Yes. Oh, there's a ghost here again. 7C3, still not a fan. I'm gonna lean real in on the dark for this. Kind of a fun thing. Okay, and then let's get like a little bit of actual shape to this, yes? Collar, perhaps. Slightly overly tight collar, it would seem, but that's okay. This school's color scheme would seem to imply that this should be gold or black. Let's start with black for the trim on this, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Very classic European look. Should have perhaps colored in the white first. Oh well, we shall live with it. They want a detail, they shall get a detail. Detail galore. Detail to ruin a budget, perhaps. Complex richness. The complexities of wealth are indeed beyond my comprehension, perhaps. But, you should pay me more if you want complex richness. Right now you're just going to get complex whatever level you're paying me at. Which is admittedly none. You see the problem here, yes? Oof, that one's just... That's... Got to admit, that might be the deepest cut yet. A pity. You were once such a good artist. Whatever became of you? Yes, I like this sort of sleeve. It matches your hat, mate. How can you not like it? Come on. Get real. And I suppose I don't like everything that matches a hat I own either. Several hats missing. Well, now this raises some interesting questions, doesn't it? I've seen that article before, but I had not fully known the implications until we ended up in this apparently haunted castle. We're off the manga page, so I'm going to have to improvise the hand to be too large. This is, however, okay. Untenable? Perhaps. Perhaps it is. Or perhaps it is the start of a new age of artistic nothing. Not even minimalism, really. Just fun with geometric shapes. Oh, I do enjoy them so. Now let's get Anya, like, perhaps a little bit more actual hair. We'll get some shadows in it too, don't y'all worry. I'm going to leave the faces as though because it makes me laugh. Utterly silly. Yes. Of course, there is some rather distinct details that we have still been missing. Are these an actual, like, hair accessory that people use in some part of the world? They're adorable, but they also look like nothing that I've ever seen in the States. That part can be a bit of gold. A little bit of white at the center. There we go. That's something. There we go. This part is frankly still unsatisfying. We'll attempt it once more. Hello again, Wiz the Ghost. What brings you to my domain on this day? I don't think that's a battleship move. I'd love to play with you, but I don't fully understand where you want the boat to go. Can you, like, gesture to me the direction you wish for the ship to sail? There we go. Simplified, but better. I do reckon we've spent enough time on this piece to straight up lose money on it. Okay, though. Let's see. We get a little bit in the way of shadows here. Won't get overly detailed, of course, lest it distract. I say as I get more and more detailed. And I saw an interesting choice of highlight color in that toaster kiwi reference that I'd like to sort of try out here. Lean into the high contrast shadows and light, something I'd love to experiment with more. We did slightly with Melania. C3, you say? Indeed, indeed. We just try this highlight for all things? Not really. Guess we could go for a high contrast for that as well, but I don't know what high contrasts well with skin tones. Oh my. No, giraffes! I'd have never guessed they would be the ones to betray us. Ah yes, there we go. This is a good color for it. Very classic choice too, actually. That worked out well. I'm getting caught up in the finer details that are unnecessary. We shall call it... Ah, yes, of course. These moments are so difficult. Fare ye well, puzzle in the sky rails. And Anya, let us commence. Hopefully the word forge does not set off any issues. Let us see. Ah, yes, indeed, it is. Yes. Anya going to an excellent home. See, I told you all, the fan art. The fan art is really what sells. Well then, you know what this means. There must be more fan art. And I know what to do next. Ooh, actually I have two options. Okay, let me find it. I picked up a manga from a book series I read back when I was in middle school called Deltora Quest. Surprisingly grim, in fact, but intriguing. And given that I'm not normally the sort to go for grim things, it was good. I remember it fondly, at least. It was a long time ago. I did not realize they made a manga until I ran into it at the convention. So I genuinely don't know which comes first. It's like 2006, I believe, was the manga, apparently, so, a little dated, perhaps. So why don't we do a bit of fan art from that as well, to wrap up the night. Let's see. We'll keep it nice and simple. Really great action pose, actually. Very square action pose, though. We may be limited on space. This is not minimum size. Oh. There we go. I like these boots. Simple and effective. I probably need to simplify some of the boots I do on my characters. I try to make them stand out from the boot design, and it's really not that important part of a silhouette or of the historical, like, anything. Let's see what I can offer here. And we're just gonna blast straight through this, so... Oh, I'm going to run entirely out of space. It's acceptable, really. This character is Leaf, the protagonist. Very bold protagonist, ready for adventure, but perhaps not truly ready for the adventure that has been destined to him, despite his excitement for it. Surprised at how muted a color scheme this book cover actually really has. Oh. No, it really is. It's more like this one after all. Fairly subtle. It does look slightly dated, I'll be honest. But like not in a bad way. Just so you can kind of tell it's from an earlier time. It's not got all the bright sparkle pop of a lot of modern stuff. Oh, did he bounce? Did he fall? Did he turn into a chinchilla? I must know. Oh, but I don't have a subscription, so they won't let me read the article. A tragedy. I'm not allowing them to have cookies, though. No cookie for you. The pants are clearly black, but with, like, lots of bright light on them. But I'm just leaning into the gray in any case. Gray looks really interesting against these darker backgrounds. It looks much brighter. Makes sense, that's sort of how contrast works, but it's still fun to see. Hey there, Ghost. It has been fun rereading this book of Del Toro Quest, because it has genuinely been so many years that I remember very little from the original story, other than a surprise twist that I did not see coming at one point, which was fascinating. This is an interesting sword grip. Most interesting indeed. And this shall look most dumb once I color it in. I'm going to lose much of that detail, and there's already so little. Okay. But the dark blue extends onto this sort of arm cuff thingy here. It's fun when the story starts in a world where the villain has already won and you're cleaning up the mess. Allows for some very different sorts of commentary from other fantasy worlds. That's really, truly the situation in Del Toro Quest. And then this is the part that will assuredly not fit on the canvas. Don't know why I lifted the pen. It's not like I have an undo function anyway that would be an assistance with. Yeah, we'll have to get his face and his actual sword in here in a second. There's of our yellows. The McDonald's sword is looking a little ridiculous. Not sponsored, just unfortunate. Go to the state of this one. It is what it is. Not doing a very good job recreating this cover, I'll be real with you guys. I can tell the fatigue is beginning to punch back a little bit more. But we're not trying to wrap up anything particularly important right now. Ugh, my bills. Are we going to have to get over 100,000? Possible. We shall see. Perhaps we shall leave these fairly bad lines as they are. Alright, let's go finish this other leg at least. Yes, hello, ghosty buddy. How are you doing? These ghosts are in the game, right? I'm not just, like, dealing with a haunted copy. That's probably fine. I think Steam performs exorcisms on their games. We should be good to go. That would be really funny if that was true. Okay, Leaf. Get your actual face in here. Very much an old school anime face. I am actually going to make solid compared to everything else we've been doing. I did also read a little bit of Sailor Moon just because it's famous and I hadn't read anything of it before. It's, going to be honest, it's a little underwhelming. Like, it's not bad, it's just, I don't know. Perhaps it's generic because it defined the genre, and so, like, it seems very tropey now when it was the original. But, also, it seems, kind of shallow. Which is, again, not inherently a bad thing in the story. I was just kind of surprised, given its incredible fame. Old man yells at Cloud, you don't gotta call me out that way. And that's basically what I do in a Twitch chat every night, isn't it? At least every night that I stream. Just random shouting into the void. Not that that's a complaint, mind. I'm perfectly fine with shouting at the void. A pretty good listener, all things considered. Let's see what we can do with this old school anime haircut. And to be fair, new school as well, but like, I don't know, he gives me like a little bit of Joey vibes from Yu-Gi-Oh! At least when I have to do it in this yellow due to my color palette limitation. I like the canvas texture on this. I ought to consider doing textures. I've been thinking about screen tones and such on my other work. It might just normal channel work. Have something to consider. I don't think screen tones would be really anything crazy out of my league. And, like, material textures we already know somewhat how to do. Well, I also want to be able to use the 3D pose tool from CSP, and I've yet to figure out how to get that to work as I'd expect it to. I'll just have to see on that. Look, my eye is burning from keeping it open so long. I'm very much a sleepy boy today. Clearly, or else I wouldn't have set that into a stinking microphone for the internet to pick up. Oh my word, I am off of it tonight. I thought she was wearing a mask for a second, but it was just a mask of shadows. Very poetic. Oh, have you not seen Passpartout? Or no, you have. This, oh, I'm just mimicking the cover art off of an old manga I found at the convention. It's not that old, it's 2006. feels old by today's standards, but not by the standards of when I actually read the book version of this a long time ago. I did not realize there was a manga version of it, so I was actually kind of excited to see it. Oh, where am I living in the game? I have been chosen as, like, the royal artist or something. It was not an invitation, but a mandatory decree, basically. So it appears to be a castle tower of some sort. Ghosts I can't explain, they just started showing up. Saw a news article that a bunch of hats are missing. I suspect they're related. Ah, perhaps not. Well, good to see you. I apologize, I am in exhausted post-convention mode, so I have very little in the way of brain power to offer on this evening. Very little. But, what I do have, we shall dedicate to this. Because it's, I don't know, fun. How have you been? Things going well? Ah, no worries. Running one-shots is not an easy feat. Yeah, that's one of the problems with one-shots is the lack of consequences means that decisions are made that perhaps shouldn't be. Does that, Yes, I think that there was some mention of this in the group chat. When I commented, I think it was me right now upon seeing the Ferris wheel or the merry-go-round imagery without the context. Apologies, and my heart goes out to the old man, the mush man, and presumably also to the plotline of your story, which I imagine died with him. Oh, good. Send a warning message to the other one-shots. Let's call this Leaf. It'll be good enough for now. We won't color the cape. Yes, take a pike to town. Best way to go to town. Ah yes, $600 on the lavish parties. A worthwhile expense, of course. Oh, well then. He got his comeuppance. Alien spaceship. Hey. You happy to sell that for a tidy sum? Makes our customers euphoric, does it? I got an achievement for that. I'm not sure what achievement, but we achieved something. It was fun. I'm back now, but I have a different convention this upcoming weekend. So it shall be busy. I've got a bit of a tight turnaround. Yeah, it was all in all good. Although one of my friends insisted we get front row seats at the concert, and I've got to admit, I'm not a front row seat person at a concert. No, next weekend is not. They're two unrelated conventions. Hold on. Yeah, I find it depends a lot on the concert. The music get more ominous. Is that just me? Well, it's fitting for what I'm about to draw, truthfully. Yes, yeah. I don't like when I can feel the music in my chest. Yes, this is most ominous. Like, yes, it's exciting, but it's also unpleasant. And the DJ went a little overboard. Well, not the DJ, but the concert singers were actually pretty good. But whoever was in charge of the lights was not, in my opinion. I get that the strobe lights are fun, but I feel like they're supposed to be used to, like, emphasize important moments, not just run for 60% of the darn song, you know? Like, I had a horrible headache by the time we were halfway through the set list. And in fact, on the last concert, I was actually enjoying the music, but I had to keep my eyes covered. Even as people cheered. Yes. Like I said, the ominous music was a fitting touch. I considered just doing the stripes, but they seem to have been giving generally bad reviews to the abstract and minimalist pieces. So, a full Garfield is born. Radio Garfield. I did get to see a lot of excellent cosplay at the convention, though, I will say that. Really impressive stuff. Oh, and I got to meet what might be the world's only actual Pokemon professor. One of the panelists was a fascinating fellow who, specifically is doing his PhD on the Twitch Plays Pokemon phenomena that occurred for 16 days in 2014. And its implications on community-developed creativity with no singular leader or person directing the path, and instead the content just sort of evolved. And it was actually a very fascinating academic lecture that I must admit I quite enjoyed. See, indeed, no bullet shall work. What, that arm? That right? This horrible. Me leaning into it. Garfield, big, over big round head. Don't like. Committing to it, though. If this is the piece that puts me over the edge to the next section, it's going to be a traumatizing experience as an artist. At least for the Passpartout artist. Garfield does have the big stinking, like, ear hairs or whatever that are happening back here, too. I don't know what those are, actually. What on earth are those? Well, anyway. What? I played Garfield and instantly died. Refine your craft. Become one of the greats. What is happening? Garfield, you've murdered me. Oh, I have properly died. And who wouldn't? Thanks for that. Trials and tribulations, just like the greats. Or gave up on the dream like the greats. Now one of those grates. I really don't see why I should be put over an opening to keep bugs out. Not that great. Who's this dude? Oh, and it's this song again. Passpartout. Name-bait games. Wow. A lovely array of art pieces here. Including that large one in the background that I don't recall actually doing. Perhaps that's part of the game. It's not a bad looking one though, all things considered. Kind of a neat bit of abstract that still gets 3D to it. Very cool. Well, this is timed shockingly well with the end of stream, and traumatizingly badly with the invention of Garfield. A lot of special thanks. That's lovely. Well, I think there's multiple ways to end this, maybe, or different things you can do. I'll have to do some research on that. And, perhaps we'll have to check out the sequel. Because this has been lovely. Ominous, scorched Professor Oak still lingers in the background, and Ralsei appears to have been hung entirely upside down on the wall. Actually, that raises some questions. Why is Ralsei upside down? Ralsei? Guys? You've gone and... That's actually kind of a lovely grayscale, almost grayscale collection we've got on the left there. But why is the goat on the ceiling? My question. What do we do now? They're clipping into each other a bit. This is probably bad. Do I have to hit enter or click or something? I suppose it's been mostly click interactions up to this point. I feel like we've completed the credits. Who's this corncob looking fellow? I respect the drip. Okay, and the elegance. The critic. This dude. Do I have to hit escape or something? Feels like the music has looped a bit. Mannequin figures are fascinating, but also manic. And, yeah. Well, this is charming. Feels like there is something I ought to do. Well, I think that's whatever the case may be. I think that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you all for coming out. It has been quite fun. And, despite Garfield being the harbinger of our death, by and large, this has been lovely. Quite enjoyed Passpartout, quite enjoyed this chill stream. So I hope that y'all also have a lovely evening, or morning, midday, whenever it may happen to be. And I will see y'all at the next one. Good night.